Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to Microsoft PowerPoint Basics. Please let me know if you're able to hear me. There's a chat function that should be either at the top or bottom of your screen that looks like a chat bubble. So let me know if at any point you can't hear me. But my name is Christina Vincent. I am Public Services Librarian here at the Palisades Public Library. And if throughout the class, if you have any questions, okay, good, you're hearing me. Okay, good, thank you. If you have any questions throughout the class, you can put them in the chat there. That's at either the top or bottom of your screen. And I'll be checking in on it every once in a while throughout the class. If there's any questions that come up, or if you need a little break at any point. But let's get started. This is Microsoft PowerPoint Basics. And some of the stuff we're going to go through today is we'll hit on some terminology and descriptions, how to create a presentation, adding slides and content, modifying any slides, whether adjusting the slide layout or the slide order, how to delete slides, duplicate slides, or apply a theme. And then at the end, if we get time, how to play your PowerPoint presentation. So there we go. Oh, we'll begin with terminology and descriptions. Terminology. Microsoft PowerPoint is an application for creating custom slideshow presentations. So if you need to create a presentation, whether for work or school or anything like that, this is an easy way to create one such presentation. Go. Here we go. Forward too far, sorry. Then there is what they call the ribbon. So hopefully on my screen here, you can see the actual PowerPoint. This is the actual PowerPoint application that I'm using here. And the top orange little part here is what they call the ribbon. That is the area at the top of the screen where they have your commands and things like that organized into what they call tabs or groups. So you can see on here, there is File, Home, Insert, Design, Transitions, Animations, Slideshow, Review, and View. Those are the different tabs. Let's see if I can open one up here. So if you click on it, you can see this little gray area pops down, and that gives you more options here. So we have Home. This is where you can create a new slide and change the font. Insert is where you can insert pictures, smart art, and the like. I'll go into more description of these in a moment. And then your design, transitions from slide to slide, some animations, the slideshow, where you can see, you can rehearse your slideshow. Review, this is where they have like spelling. And then view, this is how you can view the application while you're not in the slideshow mode. So this is the ribbon. Then we have the tabs. There are 8 tabs in addition to the File tab. I went over them: the Home, Insert, Design, Transitions, Animations, and the like. So those are the different tabs on the ribbon. And then within each tab, there's different groups. You can see here that they have clipboard, slides, font, paragraph, drawing, and editing within the home tab. And then each tab has different groups. Oops, sorry about that. It's a quick way to make a new slide. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that. Cut that. And then each slide is an individual screen in the PowerPoint presentation. You can see here in my presentation that I have all the different slides listed out here. So there's a total of 27 different slides, and we're only on slide 8. And right here is the navigation pane on the side there on the right side. That is how you can navigate through your slideshow as you're editing it. So if you want to skip to different slides, you can real fast. So they have the whole slideshow on this side here. So you can, if you're in the middle of editing, you can skip to different slides real fast, like that. And then we have the layout of each slide here. The prearranged placeholders on each slide that allow for content to be quickly added. So for example, we have the title and content layout slide, but there's different slides layouts that you can choose from. So I can give an example here. I can go to insert and go to new slide, and it will show me all the different layouts they have for slides. You have the main title slide, so that's usually like your first slide in the PowerPoint. And then you can have title and content, a section header, two content, so you can have two pictures real easily, comparison layout, just a title only, completely blank, so you can arrange it however you like on that one, content and caption, so that's really good for like a picture, and then you have the caption for the picture right next to it, picture and caption. These are the standard layouts for them, or you can also duplicate a selected slide or reuse different slides, but these are the different types of layout for slides. And then themes, pre-designed background color or graphic and font pairings. They can enhance your PowerPoint, so it's a very quick way to have a design made for your slideshow. You can see the theme on this one right now is very green, but if I wanted to, I could go to design. You can see the one I have selected here, it's green, but if I wanted to, I could go for like this purple one. I can select it, and it would change all my slides to have for this theme instead, the purple theme, if I wanted to. Or I could have like this kind of desk background one right here, and you can see it changed all of the slides to this theme, so it did it for me automatically. You can see on here it did it for me. But if I don't like that theme, I can always go back to the one I had before. It's a nice lovely green. Here we go. Would you add the company logo via theme? That would be, you would have to, there are some themes and designs you can either upload to PowerPoint, or you would just have to add the logo as a picture. So if you had the company logo like saved on the device you're using, you could go to Insert, and it'd be Pictures, and it would open up the Pictures folder on your device, and you could upload it that way. Also go. You can also go back and go undo themes, and then we'll go back to the theme you had before. So, creating a new presentation. When you first open PowerPoint, you're going to have a screen kind of like this, where it'll have your most recent PowerPoint files on the left here. So if you're going back to one you've done before, an old PowerPoint, you should be able to find it under here, under recent. Otherwise, if you are looking to create a new one, you have some options here. You can have just open up with a blank presentation and then create the theme later, or they'll have some themes suggested for you here. If you like the look of one of them, you can click on here. You can also search for themes here, or some themes that are created online you can search for up there. So you would either click on blank presentation, or you can select a theme from there. And then you would add slides and content. So you can always add a new slide from home, the home tab. There's a new slide option there. You can click on the layout or something like that. Or if you would like, and what we'll do when you click on new slide, it will add a new slide from where you are in the presentation. So if I click on new slide here, it's going to add a new slide right here. Slide number 16 now is the new slide. So it's going to add the slide from where you are in the presentation. You can also add a slide by right-clicking in the navigation bar here on the left on the slide you're on. And you will see an option to either duplicate the slide, so you can duplicate the slide you have selected, or you can have a new slide. You can also delete the slide. It will delete the slide you have selected though, so be careful not to delete a slide you don't want to delete. Otherwise, you can always have the undo option at the top here. So that's a way to add a slide. And it's going to do it like that. You can also, when you have a new slide and you don't want that layout, you can select the layout again from here. And you can change the layout from here. And then to add content, you're going to see, when it's a blank slide, it's going to be look kind of like this, and it's going to be completely blank. Other than it does have this text here, but that text will not show up in the slideshow if you don't have anything. So this is just like the placeholder text. So if you don't add anything, it's going to be completely blank in the slideshow until you click in here and then, add title, and then it will show this in the slideshow. And then you can either add text, or this also allows you to add pictures. You click on this right here and it would take you to your picture folder on your device. Online pictures, you can search the web for pictures that are free to use. You can insert a video, like a YouTube video, or if you have a video on your computer or device, you can add that video. You can add a smart art graphic, which is like art. You can insert a chart or a table. So that's how you would add content. You can do it right from there, or if you go to the insert, you can also do it from there. Pictures, online pictures, screenshot, photos from your photo album. You can even have like shapes if you want to point to something, especially the arrows are usually good for like pointing. You can also have smart art graphic or a chart, a hyperlink to a web page, comment, word art. If you're doing something more mathematical, you have equations or symbols. This is also where you have video or audio, or even a screen recording. So that is where you can add stuff to your slide. Again, yep, inserting images. Already went over. Insert tab, pictures, and it will do from your computer or online. And then to modify slides further, again, adjusting slide layouts, you can adjust it either from when you insert a new slide, you can set the layout from here, or when you first create the slide from over here on the navigation page on the left. Go. Rearranging slides, this is a good one. So when you're getting close to being done with your slideshow and you realize maybe there's some slides that are in the wrong order, they may flow better, and you don't want to have to redo the whole slideshow. What you can do is you would click on the slide in the left on the navigation page, and you can click and hold with the left mouse button, and you can drag it to a new spot like that. You can drag it down. I do believe if you hold the shift button on your keyboard, and then when you have one selected, you can select another one, and it will select all these slides all at once. So you can see I have 13 through 18 selected. Then you can drag all 6 of them at the same time, so you don't have to drag them, one at a time to their new spot. You can do it just like that. There we go. Here we go. Oh, sorry, going back to where I was. Then you can also duplicate slides. So if you want some slides to have the same kind of similar layout, or if they have the same picture or something like that, you can just right click on it from the navigation page and duplicate the slide. You can also delete the slide from here as well. Applying theme, again, as I showed, you would go to design and you can select the theme. You can even format the background on slides. So you can add either a color or a pattern to the background of your slide. So for example, right now it's automatically always on white, but you can't have theme colors you can choose from, or standard colors, things like that. So if I clicked on this, you can see I changed the background of the slide, and you can always change it back. See, there might be one question. Oh yeah, that would be a great project to choose. You can use PowerPoint for showing like pictures or videos from a trip. And yeah, you could where you would upload the videos and the pictures to the device, usually your home computer, and then you could insert those photos or videos into the PowerPoint, and yeah, make a great slideshow of your vacations. And then playing a PowerPoint presentation slideshow. Actually, before I go into that a little bit, I can show how you would do an animation. So you can have each slide, change from one to the other very nicely. So you would find it in animations and transitions. Transitions first. So right now you can have it selected as fading into the next slide. It'll give you a little preview each time you select one. You can have just no transition if you want. That's generally how it usually is. You can have a cut or a push up to the next slide, or a wipe, split, reveal, random bars, shape, or uncover. And they have a whole bunch of sometimes very fancy ones like that, or a little ripple like that. Ooh, ooh, sorry, excuse me. So there's a whole bunch you can choose from. So you can choose which one you like best. You can even have a sound play when it transitions from one to the next if you would like. And you can also choose how long the transition will take. Usually it's standardly about 1 second, but you can change it to whatever you like. Would the viewer need to have PowerPoint installed to view a PowerPoint presentation someone else prepared? Yes, they may have to have the PowerPoint application installed into their device to be able to view the PowerPoint, unfortunately. Because yeah, you would need an application that would be able to open the PowerPoint, and unfortunately, the PowerPoint application is really the only thing that can open PowerPoints. Let's okay, so yeah, you can select the duration of the transition. If you like that type of transition, you can just click apply to all, and it will just apply to all of the slides in the entire presentation. Otherwise, if you want to transition for different transitions for each slide, you'll have to individually do this for each slide. But if you just want the same transition for every slide, you can just hit apply to all and it will do it automatically. And then you can set whether you want the slide transition to happen on each mouse click, or if you want it to advance to the next slide automatically, you can set the timer. So this would be great for if you just want the slideshow to be happening in the background of maybe like an event or something like that. So if you, for example, if you wanted to do this at a wedding, you wanted like the couple's pictures to be showing, but you don't want to have to keep transitioning to the next picture, you could set time. So you could be like every 5 seconds you want it to go to the next slide. You can have it like that. Otherwise, if you are doing this as like a work presentation and you don't want the presentation to be going without you, you would have it just advance the slide on mouse clicks. So if we did, for example, let's see if this will view. Let's see. Ooh. Having a little bit of technical difficulties. Hold on. If there's a PowerPoint reader application, I would have to check in on that if there is something like that for free. That would be able to do it. But as far as I know right now, it's just the PowerPoint application that yeah, you would probably get with like Microsoft Office. I would have to see, yeah, if there's a PowerPoint reader, just like there's PDF readers for free. Okay, give me one moment. Let me pause the share. Go. All right, let me resume the share and then let me see. There we go. Okay, hopefully you can see that I went into slideshow mode. And then if I hit the mouse click, yep, you can see that there's yes, that goes from slide to slide. And right now I don't have any animations for like the words coming up. But as you can see, when it goes to slide, right now I have the animation of it just going whoop up like that. Here we go. Now, if I want like specific animations for when like the text shows up on the screen, I would go to animations and I would have to like select select the each one I want an animation on. You can see I clicked the little one, and now will let me choose an animation for that text box. So let's say I wanted it to bounce into the screen like that. So you can see that's how it did it. And then you could even have a little preview of it if I wanted to. So I have that animation. And here on the far most right, you can see how I have it selected right now. I have it just on the click of the mouse is when it will start the animation. How long the animation lasts, if there's any delay to it. Things like that. Yes, and then our triggers on the click. And here I have a bigger list of all the animations if I wanted to. And it gives me more options for like the motion path. If I want any emphasis on the words, and if there's an exit, how the words will exit. If I want them to exit, I usually like keeping the words on the screen once they're there. So that's how I could do it. Let's see, I believe if I, yep. Yes, if I hold shift and then I can click on each one, so I can do them all at once. I don't have to do them one at a time. So now they're all red. So again, if I hold the shift key and click on them, I can do them all at once. So I don't have to have doing it one at a time. And then I can just tell all of them to bounce in like that. It gives me a little preview. I do have to do it, unfortunately, for each slide. But at least I can do all the text boxes on the slide all at once. So there we go. And you can see, and do it like that. Oh, hold shift. And so then I can have a different animation for this if I would like. I could have them zoom in like that. There we go. So that's how you can add a little extra punch to your slideshow presentations if you would like. There we go. Going back down here. So then, yes, playing a PowerPoint presentation or a slideshow. It's under the tab slideshow right there. And you can do it, just click on it from the beginning and it will zoom in, taking up the whole full screen. And you can also do it from your current slide if you would like to. You can even also present it online. So maybe if your relative might not have the PowerPoint application, you can go to this and it will ask you to enable remote viewers to download the presentation. But you can connect. Go. Right now I have an error because I'm doing Zoom at the same time. It's not allowing me to do that, but it should give you then like a little link, and you can send that link to people you know, usually through their email, and they'd be able to view the presentation online. They also give you some options to rehearse timing. So if instead of advancing each slide with a mouse click, you're doing it timed, this gives you an option to rehearse your timing. You can also even record the slideshow like this, especially if the slideshow is time. You can record the slideshow and then it gives you a recording of the slideshow. Yes. So that's under slideshow, and this if you have two monitors, you can set which of your monitors is the primary monitor and which one has what they call the presenter view of the slideshow. Presenter view kind of lets you see how long the presentation's been going. If you don't have it time, if you have it just on mouse click, you can see how long it's been recording. It gives you a little time in the corner. It gives you which slide you're on presently and what slide is coming up, so you can kind of prepare yourself for which slide is coming up in presenter view, how many total slides you have, things like that. And then again, review is where you can look up spelling and thesaurus, so to make sure you're spelling everything right. If you have this in a second language, sorry, excuse me, you can set the language and even translate. You can add comments and notes, which if you look at my screen here, is actually at the bottom here. So that is good also, because this also shows up in the presenter view. If you have just like a little notes that help you say what you're going to say in the slide, you can have it in the note section, and it won't show up on the large screen that your audience will be seeing. It will just be on your presenter view. So you can add notes here. Question with adding audio. Is the designer able to speak into the microphone and the audio is added to the slide, or does it have to be attached to an MP3 file? It probably works best when it's attached as an MP3 file. But let me also see on insert in the audio. So you have audio here. You can do both. You can either select audio that's from your PC, that's on your device, or you can record the audio directly into the slide. The quality may not be quite as good. Will probably depend on the microphone that you have. So you can do both. You can probably play around with it and see which audio sounds better. But you can try both. So yes, you can also add comments. That's mainly for when you're reviewing your slideshow near the end. Maybe if you want to add a comment for like, hey, change this later or something like that. And then you can also even ink, so you can highlight stuff, maybe circle something, so that you remember later to change it, something like that. It's mostly for like the final stage of reviewing your slideshow before it's all done. You can also add shapes as well here. Again, for like, I like using these arrows to point at things. And then this is the view. Is for when you're in editing mode. Standardly, it's in what they call the normal view, with the slide small here and the large slide here. But you can also be in outline view, which shows all the information that you have on each line in text format. So you can go through the text and see what you have on each slide. And then it also allows you to see the notes a little bit better if you have any notes down there. This is slide sorter, so you can look at the slides here, and sometimes this is good for, again, when you're moving slides around, you can see all the slides and move them around here. Just the notes. So like one slide per page, and then a really big note option. Reading view, this is if you're just reading the slides, but not quite in slideshow mode. And then some master views as well, slide master. This breaks down the slides a lot more as well. But we can close that here. There we go. Handout master. So this will show you how the slides will look like when if you're printing them out to hand them out, because you can print out your slides if you so choose. And notes master. Here we go, just with notes. Let's go back to normal view though. There we go. This also allows you to have the ruler if you so choose. As you can see here, we have the ruler on the side here, so you can see how it would print out on the page if you did print it out on the page. You can have that. You can take that away, so that's gone. You also have grid lines, so if you're trying to see if things line up on the slide, here you go. In guides, again, to try to see where the middle of the slide is on the horizontal and vertical axis. So if you're trying to see if things line up, you can have that there. It won't show up when you print it out, but while you're editing, you can have that. You can also zoom in on the slide if you need it to be larger, or you can also fit it to window to make it a little bit bigger. Then you can also even have it in color or grayscale or black and white. And then if you want to open a new window, a new application, this is where you can also open right there. So that is the view and the review and all the tabs. So that is coming up to the near the end of our class. If there's anything I haven't gone over yet, or if you need me to go over again in more detail, or just need to something be explained again, this is time to do it. So the chat is open for that. Give me one moment while I take a sip, but if you have anything like that, please feel free to put it in the chat now. Okay, I'm glad this has been helpful so far. Good, you're welcome. I think there are a couple things I actually didn't go over in the first tab, the File tab, and the few icons up near the top here that you can probably see. The very first one in the top left, that is your save icon or your quick save. It looks like a floppy disk if anyone remembers floppy disk, but that is your save function. Right next to it is the undo function. So if you make a mistake, that's a quick way to fix it. Just undo, or how I did it earlier. I didn't like the themes I picked, so I went back to my original theme, and that was a quick way to go back to it without having to try and find it through all the different themes. Right next to it is the redo button. So if you accidentally hit undo and you want to redo it, that's where you can go. Right here is a quick way to go to play slideshow. Yep, there it went. Quick way to start your slideshow real fast without having to go to the slideshow tab and all that. This is right here. Since I am on technically a tablet running this is the touch mouse mode. So you can switch back and forth between touch mode and mouse mode. Right now it's in mouse mode, but I could switch it to touch mode, so then I could control everything with my finger. But I'm going to keep it there. This is also where you can customize what they call the quick access toolbar. This is what this is. So you can customize what else you can have on it. I could have a new option to open a new PowerPoint real fast. The open function to open previous PowerPoint. Email, if I want to email this to somebody. The quick print to print the slideshow. Print preview and print. Spelling. And as I showed, undo, redo, start from beginning and touch mouse mode. So if it has a checkpoint next to it, that means it's already on the taskbar. If it doesn't, you can add it. And then there's even more commands. And then also I can have it show below the ribbon, which is this here. This is the name of your PowerPoint. So this is where the name shows up. This right here is where we can hide the ribbon. I would recommend not doing that all the time, because otherwise the ribbon is hard to find. And to open it up, I can have it show the tabs. I can have it show tabs and commands. So I can have this open all the time if I wanted to, but then it does make my box a little bit smaller to work with. So I can have just show the tabs, but then I have to click the tab to show the commands. This right here is your minimize, to minimize your PowerPoint without closing it. This is to what they call restore down, to make the PowerPoint smaller, but not completely minimize it. So maybe if you're working on several different applications at once, they can have the PowerPoint on one side of your screen and then something else on the other point. And then this right here is to completely close your PowerPoint. It will always ask if you want to save before you close, just in case you forget to save. There we go. And then also forgot to go through file. This is where you will save. If you don't quick save from here, you can also go to here to save. Save as allows you to rename the PowerPoint and save it in a different area. So say, for example, you want to save the PowerPoint on your device, but then also if you have a flash drive or a thumb drive, you could save it onto that as well. This new is obviously where you can open a new PowerPoint, open a previous PowerPoint. This is where you can print. This is where you can share with other people, export it maybe to an email. and then close the PowerPoint. Ah, yes, what is under export? I can click on it. So if I go to export, this is where you can create a PDF of it. So actually, if you're how about that, if your relative has a PDF reader, it will save it in the PDF format. It will just have like the slides. So you can do it that way. If you have any videos on it or anything like that, though, or audio, that won't unfortunately play on the PDF. It'll just have the physical media. But you can create a video of the slide, and again, it will do like the transitions and stuff like that. And if you have it timed, that's a good way to do it. Package presentation for a CD. So if you have blank CDs, I know they're starting to get harder and harder to find, unfortunately. But if you have any blank CDs, you could transfer it to a CD. And you can create handouts. It's going to be like the printout of it. Or here is where you can also change the file type. So you can also save it if they have an older version of PowerPoint from 97 to 2003. You could save it as a compatible version for that. Some people might have the older PowerPoint, and that would be good. PNG, these are picture types. So if you want to save it just as pictures, you can do it like that. But again, it won't say, won't have any of the video or audio portions of it, unfortunately. Or you can even click here, save as another file type. Fortunately, it's not giving me any more options right now. But there are some of the, that's not opening, unfortunately, for me today. But that's some of, oh, there we go. Sorry. Now it brought up, hopefully you can see that, it brought up my file explorer on my computer. And this is where, if you click on here, save as type, you click on here, and here is all the options. Hopefully it will be compatible with. JPEG and PNG is the picture types, PowerPoint presentation, the 97 and 2003. So if they have an older PowerPoint type, it might work as that, a PDF. Different types, PowerPoint. Windows Media Video, you could try that. That's going to be the video. Unfortunately, the rest of those are going to be more like code-based. Unfortunately, we would only save it really as code. But so you have a couple options. Best options, if they have an older PowerPoint, 97 to 2003, that might work. Or you can have the pictures, the JPEG, PNG here. Or the, where did it just go? The Windows Media Video or the MPEG video. Those would be your best bets as a different file type. There we go. Anything else? That was everything. Yep, that's everything. Export and then share. Yeah, here's where you can send it as an email, maybe to them. Or present online. There we go. So those are everything under file. Okay, so that is everything I had for today. Again, I will give you guys a couple minutes in case you have any other questions or anything you need me to go over one more time. But otherwise, that's everything I had. Thank you all for coming. I hope, yes, you all learned a little something, or maybe yeah, found something new from PowerPoint. Thank you all for coming. Let me double check what I have for next month. Sorry, give me one moment. There we go. There we go. Yes, next month for our tech class, we have Word Intermediate on April 10th. So feel free to sign up for that if that sounds like something you might be interested in. And thank you all for coming, and hopefully you all have a good St. Patrick's Day coming up at the end this Friday. Yes, no, would be quite good. But yes, thank you all for coming, and we did record this, so if you want to watch this class again, it will hopefully be on our YouTube page within the next day or two. And thank you all for coming.
Thank you.